Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Zwift Run Channel. My name is Clive Finnimore, and this is Film My Run 500 with NoblePro. We will be running 500 meters of elevation at 12% incline, ranging from speeds of 5 kilometers per hour all the way up to 8 kilometers per hour. It is Tuesday, so this is our first installment of Film My Run 500 with NoblePro this week. Can't beat a bit of elevation. Start the week off. Going to get the treadmill moving just to make sure things are working as they should. How is everyone? Thank you for joining me on the Zwift Run channel. Well done to everyone that's joined me in game. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runners on the start line, with 30 seconds left to go to the start of the event. Lovely and sunny here in Cornwall today. Right, here we go then. 10 seconds to go. Good afternoon, Ziggy the Zombie. How are you, buddy? Good afternoon, Leafeon. Clive Finnimore? Yeah, that's my name. Sounds funny, doesn't it? I probably said Clay, actually. I do that sometimes. I don't think before I talk. Here we go then. Treadmill's rising up to 12% elevation. Good afternoon, Sebastian. See you at 5:30 with Tina's Tuesday Social. Sebastian will be live streaming here to the Zwift Run channel. I will do my workout here, and then we'll jump over and join the gang on Tina's Tuesday Social in about 40 minutes time. Leafeon says, sunny, go outside. I'm alright, Leafeon. I've been outside all day at work. Got home about 30 minutes ago. Time to jump on the treadmill. Unless it's the weekend, of course, and then it's get outside time on the weekends. Sebastian's starting up OBS already? Already, Sebastian? Or are you just getting ready? Just making sure it all works. Ziggy the Zombie did 5k this afternoon with Pack. That's a club in Zwift. He thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice one, buddy. Good work. Glad you enjoyed it. So it's my turn now to jump on the treadmill, run 5k. But unfortunately I've got to climb uphill as well. Where I live in Cornwall is very hilly, so we've got to get the elevation in when we can. So this is the first of 2 installments. Film My Run 500 this week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, of course. We'll walk this out until we reach the arch, and then we'll get up onto the balls of our feet and start to run. Ziggy the Zombie says, Pack are very welcoming. That's a good thing about Zwift and all these virtual running people. Hopefully we're all very welcoming. It's a good community we have here, and hopefully we all help each other along, give each other encouragement and motivation to come back again on another day. I've been here 5 years now. I keep coming back, so something must be right. Leafeon says, imagine missing the sun when working indoors. Well, before my current job, I was working indoors, Leafeon. I was a carer in a care home, so you're always stuck indoors. And before that, I worked behind a desk in front of a computer for about 18 years. And before that, I was in the Royal Navy, so I was outside in all weathers. But now I'm lucky enough to be the general maintenance manager, and I do a bit of work indoors, a bit of work outdoors. And if it's nice and sunny, I try to get out in the garden a bit. If it's cold and wet, I go back indoors and do a bit of decorating and repairs. which is quite nice. I can sort of choose where I'm going to work on which days. Ziggy the Zombie says yes, the Zwift running community has reignited his appreciation for running. It is nice when that happens, isn't it, Ziggy? Gets a bit daunting when you're on your own, but if you know you can work with other people, run with other people, it makes you turn up because you know everyone else is there. It's a bit like joining an in real life run club. I used to be a member of the Lou Pioneers a couple years back. Unfortunately, it's just a bit late for me now, 7 to 8 in the evenings. It's my sort of family time. I like to try and run around 5, 6 o'clock and have it all done by 7. Showered, dinner, sit down with the family. But when I used to join Outdoor Run Club, I didn't really get home till about 8:30. By the time you had your shower and your dinner, it was gone 9 and it was time for bed. I do like me bed. I've got to go to bed by 10 o'clock or I shrivel up. Usually by 9:30 I'm falling asleep on the sofa. And then it's a battle for the toilet. 3 kids and a wife. It gets to 10 o'clock and everyone's trying to brush their teeth at the same time. So I always try to get to the front of the queue. Leafon says this week the snow has finally started to melt. +7, sunny yesterday, +3, resistant rain, some wind today. So Leafon's had a mixed bag of weather over the last 24 to 48 hours. Here we go then, 10 metres to go. We're going to bump it up to 5.5 kilometres per hour and start to jog. Here we go then, the workout begins now. It's been continuously raining for Ziggy the Zombie. Where he lives. The paths have been worsening, it's muddy, it's cold, it's wet. So Zwift is a game changer. It is, isn't it? Especially in the winter time. It's nice to be indoors, listening to the wind and the rain, howling outside. Especially in the evenings when it's dark. But I'm also enjoying getting back outside now on the weekends. Now it's lighter in the mornings, lighter in evenings. I like to run outside. Well, I do park run on Saturdays. So that's a 9 o'clock start, 5k. Sunday long run, I try to get out the door by 6 a.m. So I'm home again, all done by 10 a.m. Sebastian's asking me what was my job with computer. It wasn't working on computers, Sebastian is working with computer. I run a water treatment company, a Legionella control company, and my job was running the company, booking in all the works, writing up all the reports, using schematic drawing programs, drawing water system flow diagrams, and putting together reports and remedial works. So it's all very computer based, sat indoors, and that's where all this running started. Lunch times, I used to run 5k, and then the evenings we all used to run again. And then when COVID hit, well, we basically lived on the treadmill, didn't we? But my job didn't change because I could still carry on. But I worked from home for a few years, which really helped me to get into a good running pattern on the treadmill. Then when my job changed, I got injured, I moved house, I came away from it for a bit, now my job's settled down. I'm now working Mondays to Fridays, 8 till 4. So I'm home every evening. I don't work at weekends anymore. And we're back into a nice little pattern, running with you guys on Zwift and getting outdoors on the weekend. Clifton said there were some blizzards last week. Weather is crazy sometimes. Oh yes, it is, isn't it? Here at the moment, it can't make its mind up whether it's going to be a warm spring day, a freezing cold windy day, or just a wet day. But we're getting closer to spring. We're getting closer. Nice and warm today. Currently 12.2 degrees centigrade here in the garage. 53% humidity. Ziggy the Zombie said it's not just the weather, it's the roads as well. Totally agree with you. That's why on my Sunday long run I go at 6 in the morning. I don't see any people on the coast paths, and I see very little traffic on the country roads. Anyway, here we go. Approaching 1 kilometre done already. Currently running 5.5 kilometres per hour. 200 metres left to run to the next speed increase. Heart rate currently 123. Cadence 161. I'm the 10th runner out of 10. So I think I'm the only one that stuck to the on-screen instructions today. This should be feeling relatively comfortable. But don't get overconfident. Ziggy the Zombie's been running for a year already. Well done. Well done for keeping at it. But he's approached it very casually. Well, that's the best way, really. Too much, too fast, too quick can cause injuries, which my son, who really started running this year in January, has found out with his runner's knee and his achy ankles. Just like me 5 years ago, I had shin splints, runner's knee, pain in the bottom of my foot, and it was all because I was trying to do too much too quick. But now, with my usual routine each week, touch plastic, touch wood, I've been fairly injury free. But we all hate saying that because before you know it, something happens. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it won't. But Ziggy the Zombie wants to be a bit more serious this year. Well done, buddy. Step it up a little bit. Find what works for you, but just don't do too much too quick. Says runner's knee is not something to be overlooked. No, my son took my advice, eased off a bit. He took a couple of weeks off, but he tried to maintain his fitness by using the push bike, doing a bit of walking. He also tried to use the light weights over there and a bit of strength work, try and build the muscles up on the knees. Seems to have worked. He's believe it or not, he ran 25 kilometres last night. Felt the knee pain coming on, so give me a ring to come and pick him up. But he's building it back up again. He's building it back up. The score for Dad and Son at Parkrun is currently 4-1 to Dad. I think if he wanted to, he could leave me at the beginning with speed. But I always seem to just about pull away in the 4th kilometre. And only coming about 15-20 seconds before him, he hangs on. Yeah. Well disciplined, Ziggy, well disciplined. Ziggy says what he usually does is hit the mat with good stretching after the runs. Make sure you do a good warm up. I always do before 5k park run on a Saturday. I like to jog down to the start line, do some strides whilst we're waiting, and hit the start line, with the lungs already working and providing oxygen to the body after a good 2 or 3 kilometre warm up, gentle run with a few strides at the end to get myself ready for the park run. That way you're not using the first kilometre of the park run as the warm up. You're ready to go as soon as it starts. Remember to keep your stride length short and your cadence high. That's what this run's all about. Keeping the heart rate low, building your leg strength, getting used to the incline. And there's plenty of that round where I live. So the treadmill seems to be behaving itself today. Belt's not sticking to the deck. After the last run, I applied a bit of silicone spray. I think the main problem in here, because it's a garage, it's a bit dusty, and it got between the belt and the deck and was causing it to stick at high speeds during the interval sessions, which was a bit scary. So by keeping the garage regularly hoovered, a bit tidier, dusted, and the treadmill lubricated with silicone spray, we seem to be keeping on top of the sticky belt. Levon says once he remembers in 2018 or 2019 there was plus 29 degrees, plus 25 degrees in May, then snowfall, and then it was a 15 to 20, so the weather was all over the place back then. We've had a bit of that, not as extreme as you with no snow, but one day we're like -2, then it went up to about 15, and then it dropped back down again to about 2, all in the space of a week. Whilst I was trying to bring my tortoises out of hibernation. They weren't impressed. They wanted to go back into the fridge because it was warmer. But it's been a nice day today, so the tortoises have been out eating, sunbathing in the garden. Ziggy Zombie says, treadmill manual recommends to lubricate the treadmill every 300 kilometers. Good plan. Techno Gym My Run, which I'm running on, apparently says it's maintenance free, but I don't believe that. Neither does Sebastian. We decided to buy some silicone spray and it definitely helped it. Sebastian actually contacted the Techno Gym team and they actually said, yes, sparingly put on some silicone spray. Leafon says, no, it's just May being all over the place. Funny month, May, isn't it, Leafon? April, May. June seems to be nice and warm in July. In August, when it's meant to be our summer here in the UK, it usually rains. So here we go, still climbing up this hill. Just under 500 metres left to go in this stage of the run. No treadmill needs no maintenance, that's the golden advice. It'd be good if it didn't, wouldn't it? Sebastian's the expert on the MyRem Techno Gym. He even carries spare parts. So if anyone needs a service and a belt and a deck, give Sebastian a call. I love it, Sebastian, I love it. That way, if anything happens, you're ready to go again. For some reason tonight, I think I can hear the treadmill in the background, which means the noise cancelling isn't working. However, it is on. So I think OBS has decided to select a different microphone source, like it does occasionally. But I don't mind. When Krisp, the noise cancelling software, isn't being used, I don't get distortion on the mic. However, you can hear my footsteps on the treadmill. Ziggy the Zombie's had a new treadmill month. He's been using a run pod on the old family treadmill, but now he's got a stronger treadmill with Bluetooth. So Ziggy's now got a smart treadmill. Makes it much more fun. A lot less hassle to connect, doesn't it, Ziggy? When I'm live streaming, I use the PC to run Zwift on and to run the live OBS streaming software, which once again, so grateful to Sebastian for donating to me because he saw I was struggling with my old 10-year-old MacBook to do the live streams. And if I'm not live streaming, I run using the Apple TV. So on my old Mac, I used to run the game on the Apple TV and stream it from the MacBook. But it was getting old, it was starting to lag, it was starting to overheat. And Sebastian, being the kind fella he is and works in the tech industry, sourced a spare PC and sent it across to me without me knowing. What a surprise that was. And now I can live stream without lagging, using all the graphics. So it looks smooth, it works smooth. Oh, nice one, Ziggy. We're always looking for more people. The more people that stream Zwift and MyWhoosh and any virtual running apps gets the word out there. Hopefully brings in new runners to join us, making it more popular. And obviously the more people that run on Zwift, hopefully the more support they will give the running side of things. Yeah, so Ziggy, Sebastian, uses a MacBook. He runs a game on Apple TV and uses QuickTime to send the feed to his MacBook. And then he obviously puts that on OBS streaming software and broadcasts to YouTube. And I'm currently using a PC, running the game on the PC and the streaming software on the PC. Good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon. Whatever it is at the moment, wherever you are. Yoko says, hello Clive. This year seems so strong, yes. I had a bit of a gap year on running last year due to house move, new job, injury, from leaning into a skip and breaking a few ribs. But now life's settled down a bit again. We're back into a routine. And hopefully, towards the end of this year, I'll be ready to run my 100 miler across Cornwall and back. End of September, that's coming up. Yoko sees you in May after her marathon. Thank you for the live streaming. Good luck with your marathon, Yoko. Yvonne's main goal is to try and lose weight whilst carrying out his job routine. 4 to 6 hours of walking a week. You have to try and balance the calories up, Yvonne. Maybe try and introduce a little bit of running during your walking. Make food portions slightly smaller, maybe change what you eat. It's all about getting the calorie balance. I've had too much to eat already today. I've been to work, they've given me a whole dinner and a pudding. So I'm going to try and just have a snack tonight. When I first started working where I work now, I put on about 6 kilos of weight in a month. Because they give me a cooked dinner and pudding every lunchtime. They have coffee and biscuits in the morning. They sometimes let me take a snack when I finish at 4. Then I come home, do me run, and then have another cooked dinner. With a pudding. And a snack before bedtime, so I'm trying to cut down a little bit. My personal running weight is around 70k. That's where I like to be. Before I started running 5 years ago, I was on up 80 odd k. Now I sit around 70 normally now. I'm hoping... Oh no! This happened last time, didn't it? I thought I was on Apple TV, so I was pressing the wrong thing. Oh, I might as well stay here now. No, let's end run. What's happened is because I was in the events, I set up to join at Tina's Tuesday Social, and because I didn't get to the controls in time, it's trying to do it again, look. Right, we were on 6 kilometers per hour. We were at 2.52 kilometers. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can just finish the workout on here. That happened the other week as well. It was because I was scrambling around with the Apple remote trying to say no thanks instead of using the mouse for the PC. Right, let's change the view back to sideline. Make sure that's set to 5. We're currently on 6. Now, it would have been 6.5 next. I'm just going to do it at 3 kilometers. At 3 kilometers, we go to 6.5 and run on to 5 kilometers. That'd teach me, wouldn't it? And I thought everything was going so smoothly. Oh, won't give me stars now. Ziggy the Zombie started running in 2024. I thought losing 20k would be a long shot. Then ended up losing more than that in a year. Well done, Ziggy. Very well done. Yoko says, happy to hear you going back to 100 miler. Well, I had sort of retired from it. I did my last one last year. I did 100k and I thought, we'll keep it at 50k, 50 mile runs now. We won't bother with the 100 milers anymore. And then, one of the local running companies in my area decided to introduce a new run for 2025, which was 100 miles from my hometown, finishing in my hometown. It goes right past my house. There's no way I could not sign up for that. So the day it came live, I signed up for it last year. So that's the only one I've got signed up for this year. We might Apart from park run, that is the only sort of organised event. I usually just run with my son or on my own now. Leafon says not losing weight probably comes down to some of the elderly people that he delivers parcels to and they give him sweets as gifts. That's another thing I get as well, Leafon. Where I work in a retirement home. So if I go and fix something in someone's room or change a light bulb, they always give you a Werther's original, a small sweet toffee. So I've got to watch how many of them I eat as well. I try to say no, I'm watching my running weight, but they insist. I've just realised, the live stream, the game also hasn't connected, is it? Companion app. There we go. It's back. It's all wrong now, of course, because now I'm running my own thing because I got forced out of the run early. We've got to make it up as we go. So at 3k we'll go up to 6.5 for 1,000 metres. Yeah, stick with that for a minute, Ziggy. When you feel you're ready for your next challenge and you feel you want to push a bit further, that's how it worked for me. When I first started running, in the first year I decided to sign up for a marathon. Even though the furthest distance I'd run to that date was 5 and 10Ks. But I signed up for the Cornish Marathon anyway. It was 6 months away, so it gave me something to focus on and train towards. I ran that, enjoyed it, kept it nice and steady, relaxed, didn't try and break any records or anything, and we did it. Couldn't walk for a couple of days, walked like John Wayne, but we did it. Then come along COVID, we all acquired our treadmills. I joined Eddie Izzard and ran 22 marathons in 21 days. A month after that, we ran 100 miles on Zwift, non-stop, 23 hours, 20 minutes, running on the treadmill through the night. Then I wondered if I could do it in real life, so signed up for my first 100, and that's where it all started. Ziggy says it feels like he wants to master a distance as best he can and then maybe progress on to something a bit more difficult. Good plan, buddy, good plan. Leafon struggles with getting into running because he works hard during the day and is tired when he finishes, which is totally understandable. That's one of the reasons why last year I wasn't running as much, because I was working 12-hour shifts. So I couldn't run on the day I did the 12 hours. I couldn't work on the day after I completed 3-hour shifts, or completed 3 days of 12-hour shifts, because I was knackered. So I needed a day to recover, and then I'd be back to work again. So really struggled last year to run. When I started my new job in October of last year, we got back into a routine, and here we are. Ziggy said that's understandable, Leafon. So we've got round about 10-15 minutes left here. and then we're going to jump across and join Tina and the gang and Sebastian live streaming Tina's Tuesday Social. He will be live streaming here to the Zwift Run channel as well. So when we finish this stream off, jump over to the other stream and say hello. I'll be there running. If you just joined us, I'm no longer carrying on with the on-screen instructions, because unfortunately the Zwift it did succeed and jumped me across to another event, pulled me out of this one. So we're just trying to remember what we should be running when for the last 10-15 minutes. 600 meters to go until we got to 7 kilometers per hour. Yeah, totally agree, Ziggy. Ziggy says running is like a healthy drug for him. We'll just keep doing it because it gets him relaxed after a long day. Clears the mind, doesn't it? Change of activity. Gives you time to sort of run and think about other things and what's going on. And of course, chat to us guys if you're running on the treadmill. When I'm running on my own outside, I just chat along to myself just like this. Anyone was coming along behind me, they think I'd lost it. But I do talk to myself whilst running outside. Well, actually, I've ended up doing more on Film My Run than I normally do because I've just realised the total distance to run is actually on the treadmill and it's approaching 3.6. This run usually finishes at 4.2. So I should probably already be on 7 kilometers per hour. That'll take me to, we'll run this to 4.2 and then we'll run on to 5 on the flat like we usually would. Ziggy's got an FMR shirt from us, so you must have joined us, Ziggy, before. There was another run I used to lead a couple years back. That's the MHG Run Club. I set up that club after the Eddie Izzard marathons back in 2021 so we could still meet lunch times and run 5k together. All the people that took part in the marathon running. We used to do that 5 days a week, then it dropped to 3 days a week, and now you can still find it on Zwift Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays around 12 PM UK time, and also Tuesdays and Thursdays around 6. But due to other commitments and other runs, I can't make it there these days, and I'm working during the day. But yeah, you get a free kit on that run, Ziggy. Nice blue app, like this one, which I'm wearing in real life. A blue t-shirt and bright red shorts with 31 on them. So that was the kit you used to get for running with MHG. It's still there. So less than 200 meters now to go until we bump it up to 8 kilometers per hour for the final 200 meters. And then we'll drop to 0% elevation and round it off to 5k. Heart rate currently 147, cadence 170. Ziggy said, is the zombie 5k included there? Where's that? Anyway, the NoblePro treadmill is a big favourite amongst Zwift runners. NoblePro support this event both Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you fancy looking them up, there is a link in the description below with a 4% discount using Stephen Cousins' discount code if you fancy picking one up. .4k done, 200 meters to go. We're going to bump it up to 8 kilometers per hour. And that's still about right, in line with the original workout, even though I accidentally finished it halfway through. Ziggy's also heard that it's supported, this run, by NoblePro. .100 meters done. Heart rate 155. This is the tough bit. Try and control the breathing. Relax. There we go. Dropping back down to 0% elevation. I think, Leaf On, all that work, activity work you do with your job, if you didn't do it, you would most definitely notice. And I guess for someone that hasn't been walking 6 to 8 hours a week, suddenly started doing your job, they would certainly know about it after a week. So you'll probably been doing it so long now, your body's well tuned to it, you're used to doing it, and that's why it doesn't feel like too much hard work. Try and change it up a little bit. Do a little bit of jogging. That's what I would do. I did think about going for a postie job 6 months ago before I started where I am now. For that reason, so I could stay walking all day, maybe jog between addresses and buildings. Ziggy says, well done, thank you very much, buddy. So we've got just over 500 meters left to run here today. On the flat now, we're at the end. Ignore the on-screen instructions. I messed up the run halfway through by letting Zwift take me to another run before I'd finished this one. So we had to log back in, which reset all the stats. But we continued anyway. Remembered what we should be doing when. And when we've finished here, when we reach 5k, we'll close the stream down, restart the treadmill and join Sebastian and Tina and the gang over on Tina's Tuesday Social. Sebastian is currently live streaming on the Zwift Run channel on a different live stream. Yes, and Leafon, I think you've just got so used to it, your body's so well tuned to how you work now, it's probably quite comfortable for you, isn't it? So using the treadmill speed now to judge my workout today. We've got 300 meters left to run at 10 kilometers per hour on the flat at 0% elevation. Thank you, Yoko. Yoko says, thank you, well done. Go, go, go to the next run. Thank you, Yoko. Thank you, Leafon. Thank you, Ziggy the Zombie, Sebastian, for joining me in the chat today. Supporting me whilst running Film My Run 500 with NoblePro. Leafon slowly detunes. Somehow. How do you mean you're losing your fitness? I did last year when I changed job, Leafon, because I wasn't running as much because it was a change in routine. 100 meters to go. 100 meters to go. That'd be really good, Ziggy. Cheers. Ziggy says if his timeline aligns with us here in the UK, he'll come and join us one day. Thank you for the stream, Clive. Great work. Thank you, buddy. And here we go, we're crossing the finish line, or the virtual finish line, because the real one's gone. And we're done. That's 5k. Tuesday, Film My Run 500 with NoblePro. Done. We'll close it up here now. We're going to join Sebastian and Tina in the other run, on the other stream. And I will be back again on Thursday at 5 PM UK time for another Film My Run 500. Stephen will be here tomorrow at 6:30 PM. for the spring marathon interval sessions. It's going to be a hard one tomorrow, the final one of the series. And then we'll be back again on Friday with Stephen for the final medium to long run spring marathon run at 6:30. Anyway, have a good evening, everyone. I'll see you again on Thursday. I'll see you in the run again tomorrow. And there we go. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. See you later. Cheers. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.